Well, good morning, and how are we all doing? I am Cassandra B, and this is your energy report of the day. Today is April 13th. So today has an energy of fierce hearts but gentle hands. That's kind of, it's a powerful paradox today. Just gonna make sure I went live here. All right, let's get on with it. Okay, let's get on with today. Today's energy, ooh, my whole report just went missing. There we go. Today's energy carries a powerful paradox. Fire wants to move, but water wants you to feel. Good morning, Catherine. So with a strong Aries energy pushing action forward and a sensitive moon, the moon is shifting into Pisces. The invitation is not to choose one over the other, but to lead with courage while moving with compassion. So this is finding that balance between water and fire. That balance. Why I'm in all of my balancing clothes to remind myself today to stay in balance. The fires and the waters, that doing energy versus the emotional energy, right? So feeling versus moving. So that kind of ebb and flow. There's also some really boldness with the planets today. So the sun and Mars and Aries. So this is boldness, urgency, this energy to let go now. Let's go. Let it go. Let it go. And move forward. Then the moon moves into Pisces. And we're still in the dark part of the moon as we are moving towards the new moon in another 4 days. On the 17th, we move into a new moon. Now, with that new moon, I will also say that there are going to be several planets that are moving into Aries fire. So understand that there's going to be a lot of fire to the face energy, a lot of power, a lot of energy moving through the next week or so with everything going into Aries, which is a fire planet. This brings on bold, expansive kind of energy. Aries is fiery. It can be a fire to the face kind of energy. It can be a little bit extra today. So it can be a little bit extra for the next week. So just understand as all those planets are moving towards that Aries energy that it's going to be a little bit maybe uncertain. I don't want to say volatile, but there could be a little bit of that. So just think if the fire gets too much kindling, how big that fire can go. That's kind of what we're shifting through this week. So just so you're aware. We also have Venus and Taurus with a sextile to Jupiter. So it's softening the connections. It's softening its connection, its beauty, its support. It's a little bit calmer and quieter. And Mercury and Pisces. So enjoy today of finding that balance. And if you can find the balance in today, the next week or so will go much better for you. If you feel completely out of balance today and nothing is working and you're getting, find center, find balance, slow yourself down, take a step away, do what you need to do so that you can be in balance moving forward throughout the week. Do what it is you need for yourself. Think about what it is that's out of balance and then find a way to put that into balance. Mercury in Pisces has a heart-led communication throughout today. So but watch for the fog. There's a bit about not quite being clear in our own minds this week, so be careful, or at least today. So just be careful with that energy. Like I said, there's a little fiery energy, a little bit of discombobulation between fire and water. So find your way to flow through both, right? Fire and water, you got to think it's like feminine and masculine, balancing. Because fire is a masculine energy, water is the feminine energy. So think sun and moon, like all of these balancing energies, that's where we're wanting to shift through today. So there is a strong push to move things forward. But today's success doesn't come from force. It comes from listening, including softening your approach. That's been one that I've been talking. So I run a couple of different groups. The group I was in last night, we were really talking about how to soften our approach, how to make ourselves like with our children or our partners or, people we're in business with, how can we soften our approach a little bit so that what we want to say and what we want to have happen actually lands in a better way? So think about how that works for you. Do you have a soft approach? Do you need to maybe soften your approach? Do you maybe to get a little stronger in your approach? All can be true. The truth today is you go farther together than you will alone. So what is it you need to do to come into connection of the we today? There may be some lingering tension from recent days. The emotional sensitivity, yours or others, is kind of bubbling up in over the next couple of days, especially today with the emotional body being in the moon of Monday. I need to feel heard before moving forward. There's a really big aspect of we're all wanting to be heard right now. We're all wanting others to know what it is we're feeling, thinking, being, doing, all of that. Remember, the only one it really matters to is yourself. Stop trying to worry about whether or not other people are catching up to where you're at or whether they agree with you or any of that. You need to be aligned with yourself. You need to know what is true for you first. And then everybody will get in line or they won't. But it doesn't matter because it's what matters to you that actually matters in this moment. As long as it's not causing anybody else any grief, hardship, or problems because you are being blah, blah, blah in that scenario. Really, if you are aligned, if you are good with where you are, if you are doing what is best for you and it causes no actual physical real harm to anybody else, do it. Just do it. There is how do I put this? There's a moment right now that leadership is shifting. It's not about dominance anymore. That's been that patriarchal kind of energy that we've been in for 400 years. We are shifting out of that dominant energy and moving into emotional intelligence. That's really the shift we are going through. So we are shifting from the masculine energy into the feminine energy, but it's more the emotional intelligence we're shifting into. We still have power. We still have all of those, but the emotional intelligence is where we're shifting. We've been in 400 years of planning and we are shifting into the next 400 years of the phoenix that has been sleeping is arising within every person. So the sleeping phoenix is about that energy. So what does the phoenix energy kind of look like for you? That fiery energy, that, burning everything down and beginning anew. That is the 400 years that we are moving into. That is the shift that we are all moving into. So that is feminine energy, but with a masculine vibe. The phoenix is feminine, but the power is masculine. And even in that, there has to find balance. So remember, within everything there is in the world, the best you can do is find your balance between two polarities. And that is what all about today is about. That was a little backwards question. But today is all about finding that balance within yourself, within your world, within your circles, finding the balance of how to be out and how to be in, how to be emotionally balanced and still be moving through the world. How do we do all of these? Well, then we have these beautiful supports today, which are the alligator. Remember, we're sitting below the surface. That's about sacred stillness and power. The alligator energy brings us, it's not loud. It watches, it waits, it knows when to move. It just sits below the surface and watches and pays attention to everything that's going on. So that energy today is to teach us that don't react too quickly. And with the fire of the face kind of energy, if you're, remember, other people are feeling this too. So if somebody comes up and goes, don't react, don't engage, don't do any of that. Take a nice deep breath, align with yourself, and then speak truth in the most compassionate way possible, with also still having boundaries to say that was not okay. If you would like to have a conversation, I am more than willing. But if you are going to fire to the face, I'm not going to sit here and listen to it and just move on. Let things reveal themselves. Let things come to the surface. Protect your energy and your space while that is happening though. Move only when it is aligned. Speak when only it is aligned. Do the things when it is all aligned best for you. So that is the best thing we can do is align with ourselves, not just when it's available, but always. If we are aligning with our truth, with our balance, with our energies, then we are always better moving forward into other spaces. So really find a way to balance your energy today. Then we also have with the alligator, always the joy comes in with the dolphin. And I love the fact that these two come in because it's the alligator is asking us to have patience and to wait and to just, to also be a part of, but it is, it's the watcher. Whereas the dolphin, it's way different. And that's, again, balancing energies. Today's a lot of balancing energies. Where that alligator is still, the dolphin is fluid. It is playful. It is heart connected. It is, it's all right. I wish I could do it today, but I can't. I have a little dolphin noise, but I can't make it happen today. we want that gentle communication. We want that emotional healing. The dolphin brings in all of that kind of energy. This is that emotional flow and joyful connection. That's what the dolphin energy brings in. So not everything needs to be heavy to be meaningful. You know, it's so funny that we think all the most, you know, the most prominent things are always so serious, and those are the things you have to pay attention to. But did you know that laughter and can actually also be fully meaningful? That softness, fully meaningful, letting things breathe and letting the air just around you to just ebb and flow in your space, really meaningful. We have this idea that if it's not impactful in the moment, it doesn't make everybody go stand up and listen, then it's not impactful. Matter of fact, those things are the easier things that are seen. We're looking for the things that are impactful that maybe we're not quite catching, the undercurrents, the subtle things. That's the energy shift we're moving into. The subtle energies, that's the shift that we're moving for 2026 into 2027. It's about listening to the emotional body, the intuitive being, the subtle those little moments. We still have that undercurrent of the turtle and the ant. So this is slow, steady progress. So beneath everything, this grounding current continues. So there is this beautiful energy that is beneath us for the 2 weeks. And this is, the turtle slows us down to protect your energy. Slow, steady progress forward. Slow, steady progress forward. And then the ant is keep moving one step at a time, right? Think about it. The ant isn't, it thinks, okay, I need to get over there, but it's not just jumping over there. It's thinking about what step do I need to do? How do I need to pick up whatever it is on, what team do I need to work with that? And it'll take it step backwards to make it step forwards. That's the energy of the ant. The turtle is all about building its muscle and its body, because this year is all about making sure you have a healthy body. So as you are building your muscle on the sand to get into the water, to be in that riptide, that's what we're doing right now. We're building our muscle memory. We are getting back into our body so that we can feel into the water's emotion, because water has emotion. So before you drink your coffee or your tea or your water today, speak kindly to it. Give it encouraging words. Say all the things that you would like to bring into your body. Do that for yourself today. Speak a powerful, loving, compassionate, bold words into your coffee. Just go, coffee, you are amazing, magnificent, incredible. And drink that down and understand that you are drinking that power in, because water holds on to energy. So you can drink that energy down. When you are showering, that energy is shifting you out. When you're in a bathtub, that energy is supporting you and loving you. So think about how you use water. And then fire, lighting a candle, taking a shower, lighting a candle, drinking a cup of tea, and just being in that kind of presence today would be really, really beneficial. Bringing together water and fire into one. So we run our house by our heat by a wood stove. So this morning I've already been heating up and getting the stove going. And then I came over here this is my second cup of coffee this morning. I was up awfully early. So, getting into that vibe, speaking amazing words. So I'm already feeling more empowered. And whether it's placebo or whether it's truth, it is irrelevant. Don't overthink it. Just allow it. Speak those words to your water and your coffee and your teas today, whatever it is you drink that has a water base. So today is we have the Pisces moon, which can have an emotional overwhelm, and we have the Aries fire, which is impulsive action. So between that emotional overwhelm and the impulsive action is where we are needing to find our balance today. So the balance to hold is speak honestly, but gently. Take action, but not impulsively. And care for others without abandoning yourself. So there is also a call to notice who is truly struggling. We need to offer support where it's real, not performative. So if you know that somebody's struggling today is actually a really beautiful day to reach out, check in on those that you haven't heard from. Make sure that their fire and water is in balance. Make sure that they're good. This is a day really to reach out to others, but still not abandoning yourself. This is not about making sure that they are all good while you're not. We still want to make sure our cup is topped off, before we reach out and look after everybody else. But if you have that extra energy today, please reach out to those that you know that are maybe that you haven't heard from in a while, that maybe you knew that were struggling a little bit. Just check in to make sure that they're doing okay. The way to work with the energy today is let others feel heard before pushing forward. Take breaks with energy dips. So there's that ebb and flow of waters today. So when your energy dips, take a break. And when it comes back up, do the thing. Choose collaboration over competition. We are not competing with anybody. You are an amazing snowflake that there is no other like you. So no matter what it is you do, nobody can do exactly what you do. So stop worrying about everybody's stuff and worry only about your paper and what you do. Because when we focus on what others are doing, we're no longer focusing on what we do. So focus on your own stuff. Focus on who you are. Focus on what you want to bring and put out in the world. And that is the thing. I am not here to compete with any other therapist, wellness word, card reader, anything else. I read from my own way. I teach from my own way. I therapy in my own way. Trust me, I am not for everybody. I'm really not, honest to goodness. But if you do line up with me, then we are going to work bold, strong, and we are going to power through. I'm somebody that doesn't let you sit in your crap. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to push you through. I'm a heavy hitter. I'm a fire to the face. I'm a kick in the ass. But I will hold that space for you. I will sit with you as long as you need. I will listen to you vent and scream and cry for days. But I'm not going to let you sit there without moving forward. I am that girl that really wants to deal with whatever it is in the deepest chaos. That's my jam. If you're lost a partner, I'm your girl. If you've had your house burned down, I'm your girl. If you've had children that have had horrible scenarios, I'm your girl. If you have been sexually abused, or any of those, I'm your girl. But I'm there to get you over the big hit and then send you off to somebody to do long-term care. I'm there for the big moments. I'm there for the heavy hits to get you to look at where you need to go to move into where you are. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I just thought I'd give you a little tidbit about a little bit about me. Anyway, where the reflection today really is to lead with bold strength and balance it with your softness. Reflection today is, where can I replace irritation with understanding without losing myself in the process? Good morning, Delma. Today isn't about proving strength. It's about embodying it differently. So how do you embody compared to somebody else? How do you move through the world compared to somebody else? Because it's not about comparison. It's understanding that no two people do the same thing. Two people think exactly the same way, because no two people have had the exact same experience, because you have your lived experience. And even if somebody, even a sibling that your twin, even if you had a twin and they walk through life with you, they're still going to have a slightly different understanding, realization, movement, growth, all of that slightly different than you. So remember, no two are the same. So stop trying to be like everybody else and just be your badass self in the best possible way possible. Anyway, we're wanting to embody everything about ourselves. We don't want to force. This is not about urgency. This is the kind of strength that listens, it waits, it moves with intention, and still things get done. This is the real power today. Balancing the fire and the water within you, balancing your masculine and your feminine, balancing the get her done kind of energy with the emotional, just kind of settling in kind of energy. Use the highs when you can and sit back when it's in the lows. Find your balance today. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day. This is going to be a really heavy week, as I said, with a lot of fire energy coming in. So if fire is not your friend, balance it out with some beautiful water. Don't get caught up in the big fire explosion that's coming forward. With all of these planets moving into Aries, it can be a little bit extra. It can burn a little bit hot. So just be careful on how you work through the next, week or so. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll be back on here in a couple of minutes with 30-day reset with me, Cassandra B. So remember today, the only thing we're needing to worry about is our big abundant vision, what next step we're going to take into it, and checking on those that maybe you haven't heard from in a while or that are struggling. Today's the day to check in. Make sure their emotional well-being is balanced as well. Anyway, hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you again tomorrow for the energy report, or later for 30 days with me, Cassandra B. Bye.